Boom. Welcome to Fightheads MMA. It's me, Miss Nikki. Yo, I just want to get right into it. Like UFC 245 today, actually, because it's after midnight where I'm at. So, yeah, it's going down. Nice little card they got lined up here. Watch the weigh-ins today via MMA Fighting or either MMA Junkie, one of the two. But thank you to both because I probably watched a little bit of both of their pages today. But it seems like everybody but Jessica I made weight on this card. Jose Aldo made weight. Colby, Kamar, Amanda, Jermaine. Everybody made weight. That's excellent, except for Jessica. 6 pounds, young lady. I question what made her professionalism lag this time and what's going on with her. I didn't really do no research to see if she's had any real weight issues before, but 6 pounds is just egregious enough for this one fight. You could spread that out over 3 fights and still be better than the position she's in today. So I'm wondering if, because sometimes y'all know how to really sabotage yourself to get out of a contract. So I'm wondering how many more fights she has with them. It probably doesn't even really matter if she wins this fight tomorrow, because like her pink slip is probably pretty much signed, if not, getting ready to be. I don't know. We're gonna find out and see, because y'all know all year long Dana White and the UFC have been just cutting people. Rock, paper, and scissors. So that has been what the happenings have been over there at the UFC. So, like I said, 6 pounds is a lot for her to have came in over. I'm not really sure what caused her to come in that heavy. I believe the fight is still going to take place. Of course, she's probably going to have to share or give her opponent, Miss Vivian, part of her purse so that, they can kind of make it even. But then that makes me wonder, how heavy is she going to come in tomorrow? If she was 6 pounds over today at weigh-ins, the official weigh-ins, how heavy will she be tomorrow? What she can't do at the end of the day, I guess, like I said, it really doesn't matter. But at the end of the day, probably what she can't really do is lose to this young lady tomorrow. 6 pounds overweight. She's pretty much a UFC veteran at this point. She's got double the fights of this young lady, and if her name is going to be on the chopping block, maybe what she don't want to do is go out with a loss. I'm just saying, if you can salvage it, at least try. I don't know. But yeah, everybody made weight but Jessica. Kudos to everybody. Hard work. Matt Brown is back too. Yes, Matt Brown is back. What's up, Matt? I couldn't believe it when I seen him. Like, what? So he's back. Congratulations to him. We're going to see what he got left in the tank. He's going to be going against Ben Saunders. Ben Saunders looks huge compared to Matt. Like, even his hair, like, what is going on? So those two made weight at 100. Matt came in at 171 and Ben came in at 170. So they made weight. And they're going to be on the prelim part of the card. Matt and Ben, Ian and Amari, Caitlin and Irene and Mike Perry and Jeff Neal. That's going to be an interesting fight. Mike Perry, he and Jeff Neal both made weight in. Mike Perry came in at 170.5 and Jeff came in at 170. So, that half a pound. There you go. It was a few ones and sixes today, but not many. Like I said, the biggest six was Jessica. Oh. So, you know what? Something that I really had not been spending a lot of time doing was listening to Colby Covington. So today I took a little bit of time and watched one of the post weigh-ins or post something interviews they did with him, and I was listening to him. And for as much, for the most part, I can say that I haven't really been this huge fan of. I think maybe of his talking. His fighting is a different thing. Um, I think he's a great fighter. Him and Kamar come in this fight even Steven 15 and 1 and 0. They both weighed in at 170 today. So congratulations to both those two gentlemen. The one thing that I say I agree with Kobe about is maybe their treatment by the organization. I don't know. He has this really deep love hate relationship with Dana White. So I don't know what to think about that. He's threatening to go to the WWE. And then they asked him, had he got any offers from the WWE, and he said no. So once again, is he talking himself into something that he wants to live? So um, he threatened that was going to win the belt tomorrow or today and take off to the WWE and never come back to the UFC. He feels like if Dana White treats him like a person, he'll treat Mr. White like a person. Um, I don't know. This kid just, when he's right, he's right. When he's wrong, he's wrong. So that's all I can say. But I had to tip my hats off because even though he doesn't have a lot of people that really like him as far as the other fighters and stuff, at this point he's speaking for everybody. Whether you like him or not, he's speaking for the greater good of the fighters. So you know we don't always have to agree with him or even like him, but if you have an understanding, then you can kind of pick out of what he's saying. Is good. Everything he says is not bad. That's what I guess I want to say. So hats off to Mr. Colby Covington. Got Miss Nikki's attention today. And I wanted to see what his mind frame or where he was at. I was trying to see if they were going to dig into him a little bit and find out where he really is for this fight. But I guess he is where he is. And like every title fight on this card it's important that these champions retain their belts for one reason or another. If Kamar and Kobe unified his interim belt, y'all are never going to get rid of him, and y'all ain't going to never. He's not ever going to let y'all forget that he got that belt. Absolutely, Kamar has to shut off any emotion to this fight that he has. He has to go in there with the mind frame of really handling his business against Colby, because trust and know Colby is coming to handle his business. So I need for Kamar Usman to be focused, and maybe he is because he hasn't been doing a lot of talking, and yeah, so maybe that's what it is. He's been faded to black on us. So good luck to both men in the fight tomorrow. Like and they released how much these fighters are making for these fights tomorrow. And I did share that on my Fight Heads MMA page on Facebook. I thought it was quite interesting. Excuse me. I thought it was really interesting that what they were making. Um, and even Kobe still wasn't happy with what he's making. He's going to be making, I think him and Yeah. They'll be making $500,000 for their fight tomorrow, Kamar and Colby. So Colby said he wasn't happy with that. I don't What do you want? You're 15-1, bro. Like, you still a baby. You just happen to get in. You've had this run where, a lot of people don't get that chance, and you happen to make it to the top of the pile there at the UFC. So at this point, like, yeah, I think this is a decent paycheck. I think it's a decent paycheck for somebody who has a 15-1 record and still has a lot left in the tank to give MMA. You know what I'm saying? This is not the only organization that you can be at and win a championship and be a champion at, Colby. So don't forget that either. So, you know, you kind of up there in the elite. A lot of people don't never. Some people fight for that organization for years and don't get to see that kind of money. So, young man, you gotta be careful sometimes. Want to get what you ask for. um, it looks like Max Holloway, and this is with no bonus for for Kamar and Colby. And that doesn't include their pay-per-view points or Reebok sponsorship amounts. I don't know how that works, you know what I mean? So he was talking junk on he was talking junk on Reebok too. I mean, he let it fly, y'all. He let it fly. I don't know what I was thinking in that moment, but I didn't share it. But maybe if I go back in my history, I'll share it so you guys can see it too. Um Yeah, they get no bonus for their fight. Mr. Holloway is making 350,000, and his opponent is making 250,000. Neither one of them get a bonus. Um, Amanda is making 350,000 with $100,000 bonus if she wins, and Jermaine Durandamy is only making $100,000, you guys, for this fight with no bonus. Even if she win the fight, she don't have the option to get a bonus. So sometimes it take me all the way up until right before a card goes down if I'm following it, if I'm tuned in. And I have been following, and I have been a little bit tuned in. I just been watching and seeing what everybody has been saying, or maybe what people haven't been saying. So with that being said, I've noticed that Jermaine Durandamy has just been playing it level. She's been very quiet, very humble, and I see why. Because at this point, really, I feel like whatever is going on behind the scenes, this is the UFC's way of shitting on her. I know they probably have had issues before, but at this point, she is a former champion and she gives a good show when she does fight. Now, there was a little what nevers about that belt when she had it, but I don't know. Maybe one day Miss Nikki will get to sit down and talk to Jermaine, and we can really hash this out. See what really, 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 because she's only going to give you bits and pieces. We got to be face to face and have this conversation. So, you know, we can get her to we got to know. I got to know. So, she's only making $100,000 for this fight, and some of the guys that are on the prelim part of this card is making more money than her. That's like a real kick in the teeth. Like Uriah Faber is making 250,000. Aldo, of course, he's gonna make his money. He's making 400,000. With a 50K bonus if he won his fight. Yeah, that's about now. Yeah, Morales is Morales more is making 110,000 with $110,000 bonus if he wins that fight. She's fighting for a championship. And you mean to tell me that's all they really gonna pay her? And if she just happens so to go in there and get a TKO or a KO over Amanda, she doesn't get a bonus for that? For not only beating the champion, but really? So at this point, I don't know how much longer she's going to be in the UFC. Ah, oh my God! Just the dark clouds sometimes that can hang over you guys going into fights, man. So everybody's making their money and don't and so yeah, that card is going down. Max Holloway and Alexander both came in. Alexander came in at 144.5 and Max came in at 145. Amanda and Jermaine came in at 134.5. So trust and know they're going to bang tomorrow. Somebody's getting knocked out in that fight between Amanda and Jermaine. In the first fight, Jermaine was able to get the TKO finish over not Jermaine, but Amanda was able to get the TKO finish over Jermaine. And so, they're going into this fight. Not Amanda, but Jermaine is a salty dog, y'all. She's a salty fucking dog right now, like past shit, present shit, and any future shit. So she came ready. There was no issue with weight. She's been very quiet. I think she's very focused. And we all know how dangerous Amanda Nunes is. What Jermaine cannot do, she cannot throw lazy kicks. She cannot throw lazy punches. She's got to be on. She's got to be moving and shaking the whole time she's in there. And if this fight, for some reason, goes the distance between these two ladies, it's going to be because there's a respect there, and they have to pick and choose their spots. So if this fight makes it the distance, I'll be surprised, but I feel like somebody is going to get knocked out, whether it is Jermaine or Amanda. Somebody has got to go tomorrow. I don't know where the fight with Colby and Usman is going to end up. I feel like it's a possibility somebody could go out in that fight too. Absolutely. I think Max's fight might go the distance unless it's a possibility it goes to the ground. Uriah Faber is fighting Peter Yan, and Peter has a record of 13-1-0. They both weighed in at 135.5. Uriah has a record of 35-10-0. So yeah, I'm not really sure why Uriah is back fighting. He got himself a knockout in his last UFC showing, which was his coming out of retirement fight. But there's got to be some rhyme or reason why he's back fighting. I'm not really sure, but maybe it'll come out soon. I don't know. Whatever I've heard thus far has not answered that question for me. So, Marlon Moraes and Jose Aldo. Jose come in at 136, and Mr. Moraes came in at 135.5. We're going to see how this works for Jose. We're going to see. He looked really good too. He looked healthy. He looked small, but he looked healthy. So he didn't look like he was about to fall over. He didn't look, he didn't have to get completely naked to weigh in or anything, even though he weighed, at 136 when he weighed in, he still looked good. So we'll see if that weight cut is a plus or a negative for him. We'll only find out once he gets into that ring. Yeah, that's it. So I was watching. I came across the Bellator fight with. So that's my ending. Talking about UFC 245. Chase Hopper and Daniel Tamor Mr. Salvano, I can't pronounce his first name, and Oscar, um, Kai Karen France, and Brandon Moreno, Vivian Arguero, and Jessica. It's a nice little card for tomorrow. It'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. So tune into your Fight Pass if you have one, your UFC Fight Pass. But I did check out. I came across the fight with which I believe I shared to my page also. The fight with Wanderlei and Rampage. Yo, it went down in that fight, and of course, Rampage got the TKO finish. So there's a 2-2 between the two. So I think they even had maybe a moment about a rubber match at the end of this match, and it went down. It went down at any time. Either one of them could have knocked the other one out, and it went down. And I was very surprised that Wanderlei was still so very dangerous. I wasn't expecting him to be that kind of responsive, but he was throwing high ass head kicks and some motion there. But neither one of them wanted to go for the takedown. Both of them was like, we too old to be rolling around on the mat. So unless we really have to. So they stayed standing, and I believe like what in the third round, it went down. And Rampage caught him with a right hand and put him down, and then proceeded to get him some ground and pound in, and then the ref stepped in and stopped the fight. So I was surprised, but a second look at it, you could see where Rampage had put some knuckles on the top of Wanderlei's head before Wanderlei was able to really shell up and get his hands up there to protect himself. So, just a few more punches and it could have been detrimental for him. So good stoppage by the ref, as always with the profession. That's what they do. Bare knuckle fighting championship. I really didn't catch anything else off that Bellator card yet, you guys. I'm like, so much going on. There's so many events. And boxing. Yeah. BKFC 2020 is coming, you guys. I believe the first card is going to be in February. So it looks like they got Hector Lombard, and he's going to fight Joe Riggs. That is going to be a monster ass fight, you guys. As we all know, Hector Lombard is a tough cookie from MMA, and we already know so is Joe Riggs. And then he's come over here. He's fought a couple different times at Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, Joe Riggs. And he is absolutely, every time he steps in there, whether he win, lose, or draw, he is terrifying. Joe Riggs is. He's very terrifying. His whole attitude, everything about him changed. So, yeah, that's going to be a very monster fight. It'll probably be the main event. If not, it'll be the co-main event. Yeah, that'll probably be the main event, Hector and Joe. That'll be great for Joe to be in the main event. Yes, he's quite the regular at Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. Hopefully we will get to see Lorenzo Hunt return. Who else? Probably I don't know who else are we going to see. There was somebody else. Oh, they're bringing the Iranian Hunk. That's who is coming to Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship come 2020. So be looking for that, you guys. They've been quiet, here lately, but it's in the holidays. So, after this card tomorrow, probably after the big Charlo boxing match, the Harrison Charlo 2 rematch is coming, you guys, before December 31st. Yeah. So a lot of people that's fighting in this month is really trying to close out the year in a big, big way. And I do not blame them. You guys put in the most all year long. And yes, I just believe there's going to be fireworks on UFC tomorrow. I believe it's going to be fireworks wherever combat sports is in motion the rest of the weekend and the rest of the month. Because, like I said, everybody's trying to go out with a big bang at the end of the year. And yeah, because people want to be on the upside of what is being talked about come January 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. You want your name to be in the win column. And yeah, and not hopefully be slumped over somewhere in the corner because your opponent got the best of you. So yeah, that's going to be awesome. Hopefully Reggie will be returning to bare knuckle in February if they can find him an opponent. Chop Chop is joining Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. I have to reach out to him, see if I can get me an interview moving forward. I also still want to talk to Mr. Jim the Beast Owlers. The question is still, is he the next best thing in combat sports? We're gonna have to talk to him and find out if he is feeling any pressure about that question being linked to his name, and what's next for him at Bare Knuckle. Is him and Jason Knight going to fight? Um, what's good, y'all? What is really good? So Bare Knuckle, Helen Peralta should be returning in February. It's a lot of great fights that's coming up, you guys, in January and February. Um, too much to even talk about. But before I go, I do want to say congratulations to everybody that's got themselves a win this recently. If I have not spoken about anybody or even caught it on my page thus far, it is what it is. Please donate to my my fundraiser for National Center for Exploited and Missing Children. That's my birthday wish for this year. Give what you can. Um, yeah, appreciate it because we need to put a light on that, especially our little black children are disappearing and little black girls and man, whew, it's madness out in these streets. Also, yeah, Mr. Andy Ruiz. Now, first of all, I want to say congratulations to Joshua for um regaining his titles back. His championship belts back. Also, I want to send out a little love to Andy's team because I just, you can see in hindsight that they were dealing with a lot with him in this camp or the lack of him being in the camp. So, with that being said, they can only do what they can do. Andy is an adult and he can make his own choices, and obviously he did. And I felt that it was absolutely unequivocally unprofessional of him to smile and laugh and tell us as the fan base, the people that rooted for him, supported him, was looking for him to come back and put in that work and keep those belts. I found that to be very unprofessional that he thought that that was funny some kind of way. I didn't see that as being funny because, young man, you basically took an opportunity that not very many people ever get a chance to. And in the first place, nobody gave you even an iota of hope of winning that first fight. So when they seen you came in there and you put in that work and you was able to do what you did, you turn people on to your channel. Then we watching and we listening and we keeping up and we rooting and yeah, do your thing, Andy. Young man, I get it. I really do get it. I get it. I get it. You big fight. Nobody expected you. It was probably total chaos. But at the end of the day, young man, it was your responsibility. your responsibility to get in that training room with your coaches and get ready for this next fight. You could not have ever thought that Joshua was coming back to face you and he wasn't going to be serious, even if he wasn't serious in the first fight. And even if you wasn't serious in the first fight, you had to know that Joshua was going to do everything he can to come get those belts. You just basically gave them back. Now, let's kind of jump over your team and your dad and everybody that was back there saying, bring your ass. And you was like, no, I'm going to do this. So I would imagine my common sense just tells me that this is what happened. He was out there having a good time with his friends, and people was talking to him because he even kind of admitted a little bit that he didn't spend a lot of time with his family. So he was out there hanging with his friends. He was doing whatever he was doing, having a good time, living his best life. Okay, I get it. Then somebody said, well, man, you probably make more money if you don't really win this fight, man. Y'all can have a third fight. Do you really get paid? You can't tell me that conversation didn't happen because he said in his mind, he said out loud even before the fight, if I don't win this fight, then we're going to have a third fight. So that gave me the inkling right there that I'm thinking, oh damn, what is this kid about to do? Is he really focused going into this fight, or is he just playing the is he playing the part? And I think he pretty much answered that question. And if you feel like anybody that has an opinion about what you did or did not do in relative to this fight, if you consider us to be haters, then so be it, Andy. I'll wear that jacket, young man. I'll be a hater because I was rooting for you. I watched a lot of people get up and on people's vlogs and blogs and videos and just really bigged you up. And then not only did you let your common fan base down and the fan base that you attained through winning this first fight with Joshua, but your home country. Your home country. I don't think, they might not have been as, like they might not see it the same way you see it, young man. I don't know. I don't know. They're gonna support you because they love you and they proud of you for what you did. But at the same time, young man, no, I'm not accepting. You was just having a good time, and you knew what you were going in against, and there was never, unless it's written in that contract of that fight that you just had with that young man, the second fight, unless it's written in that contract that you do get a chance to face him again for those belts. It's not promised. Like you kind of rewrote your own future by not going in there and doing what you were supposed to do. And it didn't sound like to me, because I didn't watch the fight, but it didn't sound like to me from kind of the chatter that I heard back and forth. It wasn't like Joshua was this overly aggressive fighter, but he fought better than he did in the first fight. And you let it go the distance. Where was you at, Andy? Where was you at, bro? Andy, my friend, let's eat pizza. You're not on diet. You're heavyweight. Make no difference. Eat, my friend. We made this for you. And he didn't say no. So I don't know if you're going to be able to retain the fan base that you attained by winning this fight. I don't know what's going to happen. I know you're probably, and man, because you already knew. I feel a little bit worse for your dad and your coach because, and they weren't going to throw your ass under the bus. They were just going to be silent. But you brought it up, and I'm glad you did. But that didn't make me say, okay, I forgive you. Because you said, oh, I partied and I didn't do this and I did. That didn't win me over. That did not win me over. What would have won me over is you putting in the good fight that you should have put up and possibly been a little bit closer to keeping those belts. And you talked out of both sides of your mouth. That made me mad with you too, because you was telling us that, yeah, you are going to do everything you can to retain those belts. Those belts are yours and you want to keep them and blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, your ass was on in the back with the Mountain Dew and the Oreos, bro. What? Not doing that. Over it. And everybody wants to be paid. Like, you got an opportunity because somebody else, Mr. Baby Miller, Jarrell Baby Miller, messed up his own opportunity to be in that position. It was all his, and then he did what he did, and then the opportunity came to you. So you already knew that. You know what it is. You know what it is. And at this point, you can't really depend on having that third fight with Joshua, because there's no guarantee that by the time it makes full circle that he's still gonna have them belts. So in this case, I'm just keeping an eye on Andy. We're gonna see what he do. We're gonna see what the people do with him, where they gonna move and shake him and go from there. The Charlo, one of the Charlo brothers won his fight. I think he pretty much put the pause on his opponent. His brother is getting ready to fight, so another Charlo twin is getting ready to fight, and that's gonna be part two to a fight that he felt like he didn't lose. And I hope that Tony brings that message. I hope that both men keep that same energy when they step into the ring, because this is another do or die for both of these young men. You know, if Tony goes in there and beats him again, then you know what I mean. But if he doesn't, then that's definitely a rubber match fight. So, you know, I want everybody to get what they're worth. I want everybody to do and live up to their expectations and live their dreams and live their best life. But at the same time, you know, you got to take into account, you know, the people that follow and support you. And Andy, you let not only yourself down, but your team and your dad and everybody that support you right there close day to day. You let them down big time. And I hope that you can learn from it and that you can come back and be a better fighter and be in the shape that you need to be in and really be focused. So, you know, I understand, young man. You got just from one day you was just living a normal pauper life, and I say pauper life because you probably had a little money in your bank account. I don't doubt that you didn't, but I know that this was a huge, huge dramatic. It was like winning the lottery. So, I understand and I get it, but there should have been a moment where something should have clicked in you, like, yeah, at the end of the day, it was only you in that ring fighting, your coach, your dad, nobody was in there fighting but you. And so I have to kind of, not kind of, but I have to, yeah, you took responsibility for your actions, but also I just felt like you didn't, like, you feel like you don't owe people an apology or something. I don't know what it is, but I just needed to be able to verbalize how disappointed I was, because I supported you and I was looking for you to do great things and move forward and, really go in there and give Joshua a hard fight. And, I'm not going for it. I was just too heavy and I was just partying and I'm not. No, you thought your ass was going to get another payday out of this. When now, very likely, you can go back down to the bottom of the pole. So now you got to go somewhere else and prove yourself in order to even make way back to him. It doesn't make sense. But nothing ever does. But I wish you the best of luck, young man, moving forward in your boxing career. And I hope next time we see you, you're focused and you're ready to move. And I hope that you spend the time that you need to with your family that you didn't over the last few months. I get it, but I don't. I'm not accepting it. I'm not accepting it. So, with that being said, I'm out of this jank. Miss Nikki, Fight His MMA. Stay ready so y'all don't have to get ready. Oh, before I leave, my dude, Tony Gravely, will be making his debut on the Raleigh, North Carolina UFC card. And then Abu Dayali. Oh, that's what. Oh, I know it was something else I meant to tell y'all. So, Abu shared with me, the Red Scorpion shared to my page that the UFC is coming back to Norfolk in February. That's what I'm saying. It's gonna be bare knuckle. The UFC, Spartica. It's gonna be so much going on. But this is what I wanted to tell y'all. Abu Day Ali and Mitch the Smashing Frog Aguilar will be meeting for part two. Deuce, y'all. Part two at Spartica Fight League's Pro Am card next month in January. Yes, y'all. The Red Scorpion returns. The Smashing Frog returns. They will be facing each other. The only other fight that could have been better than that one is Mitch versus the Janitor, part two. Oh my God, this is the only one that could have been better than this one with Abu and Mitch. Oh my God, yeah, I'll tell you, this is so quiet right now. I'm about to boom, blow this up. Yes, I gotta get up. Man, I'm gonna reach out. I'm gonna do my very best to reach out to Mitch Aguilar on Special Frog Aguilar. See if I can get him to talk to me going into this fight. I'll definitely be able to catch up with the Red Scorpion. He always talks to Miss Nikki. Very humble young man. Yes, very humble young man. And that's what I'm saying. If you listen to our last interview, he went a year without fighting, and then his next fight after that fight with Mitch, he got the same treatment that he gave Mitch in their fight. So had to reel it back in, get himself back together, get himself, you know what I'm saying? So you just don't know. You just don't know what's going to happen when you guys step in that octagon, that ring, on those mats. Just don't know. And then the UFC has some type of grappling event on Thursday. Yeah. Excuse me. I'm gonna have to go and find out what that was about and see if I can come up with anything. But yeah, it's so many exciting things going down in 2020. So oh, excuse me. If I don't make another video this year, happy holidays to everybody. If I don't make another video like this, just talking about different stuff going on in the community of combat sports. Happy holidays to everybody. Love, peace, and hair grease. For anybody that has any sickly loved ones and anything like that, sending love and prayers. Anybody going through difficult times, sending love and prayers. I know the holidays is a lonely time for a lot of people, whether you're in a room full of people or not. Sending love and prayers, you guys. Keep your head up, support, love, and cherish each other. And Happy New Year. We're coming up very quickly on the New Year. Miss Nikki's birthday is next week too. So yes, like I said, donate to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children for Miss Nikki's birthday. Thank you, and we'll be talking soon, you guys. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready.